Now to an infrastructure crisis that's unfolding in Atlanta this morning. Water service has now returned after 3 major water main lines burst on Friday morning.
It turned into a 2-day water outage, putting residents under a boil water notice. Atlanta is just the latest city facing the consequences of crumbling infrastructure costing millions of dollars to repair.
NBC News correspondent Priya Sridhar joins us from Atlanta with the latest. Priya, good morning. So do we know what caused the breaks in these particular pipes? And tell us about the response from local officials.
Yeah, that's right. Well, what we're hearing so far is that those 2 water main breaks, it was a 48-inch line and a 36-inch line. They broke because they were old and corroded. And this is something that happens quite frequently in the United States. According to the American Society of Civil Engineers, there's actually a water main break every 2 minutes in America, which causes 6 billion gallons of treated water to basically be lost every day, which is enough to fill 9,000 swimming pools. But unfortunately, in this particular case, these 2 water main breaks happened in a very densely populated area of Atlanta, so it caused major disruptions to city facilities and thousands of people who lived in this area. It's estimated that about 1.2 million Atlanta residents rely on the city of water, and almost half of those were impacted by these weekend's water main breaks. But as you mentioned, there's been a lot of criticism against the Atlanta mayor about how he handled the situation. As you mentioned, this all began on Friday morning. The city didn't issue its first update to residents until 8 p.m. on Friday evening, and then they didn't update residents again for another 12 hours. Not to mention that the mayor of Atlanta wasn't even in the state of Georgia when any of this even happened. He was actually in Tennessee and came back to Atlanta after this all unfolded, and that prompted many residents in this area to be extremely angry, even posting flyers saying, "Do you have water? Has anyone seen or heard from Mayor Andre Dickens?" But since then, he did hold a press conference on Saturday afternoon and promised residents that he would update them every 2 hours until this entire situation has been resolved. And he actually just tweeted a video that he was here on site, exactly where I'm standing right now, at 2 o'clock in the morning, kind of monitoring the crews here to make sure that they were working to restore water to everyone. This particular pipe burst is still being repaired right now, and they actually had to shut down the water in some of the local areas to try to work on this particular pipe. So there are still people being impacted this morning, guys.
Priya, we are going to speak with the mayor in just a moment. We'll give him a chance to respond to some of that criticism. Just what has been the impact broadly on the city, in the downtown area, in the midtown area where so many people live and work?
Yeah, there were so many important critical buildings that were impacted by this, including the Atlanta City Hall, the Georgia Supreme Court, the Georgia Capitol Building, the Fulton County Jail, the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, just to name a few. And it wasn't just sort of those big buildings that impact a lot of people. There were also several small businesses, restaurants, bars, and gyms that had to close their doors because they didn't have any running water on Saturday. And as I mentioned, the city did issue a state of emergency so that they could sort of free up resources and get the crews to be able to respond to this very quickly. But even Emory University's Midtown Hospital, which is one of the busiest hospitals in Atlanta, actually had to divert patients who were coming via ambulances to other Emory campuses and to other nearby hospitals because they didn't have any water either. So this really impacted many, many people over the weekend, guys.
And Priya, Atlanta has been trying to update its infrastructure for years. What kind of work have they put into that system? And does an event like this sort of reveal just how much still needs to be done?
Absolutely, yes. They have, prioritized this in recent years, including building a 5-mile tunnel in rock to basically try to have enough water supply for at least 30 days should there be any sort of crisis. They also, the voters here in Atlanta, approved a 1-cent sales tax increase to try to address federally mandated sewer improvements. So it's something, as you mentioned, that cities across the United States are having to deal with. The infrastructure issues, and so they're all coming up with ways to basically fund what's being mandated by the federal government to make those improvements.
All right, Priya, thank you very much for your reporting here.
We are now joined by Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens for more on the situation and what happens there. Mayor, first of all, I just want to give you a chance to respond to some of the criticism that Priya mentioned there. People saying there's flyers that say, help us find our mayor. Critical you didn't address the media until 2 p.m. on Saturday because you were out of town in Memphis. Do you wish you had done things differently? What is your message to those who are upset with how this all went down?
Yeah, good morning. And definitely always want to stay communicative with the public. On this water main break happened, and about 1 o'clock on Friday, we let folks know about what was going on. And when I was indeed out of town to Memphis, Tennessee, for only about 23 hours, I came back and addressed the public directly about, where we were in the process of those repairs. I told them that I'd be communicating with them every 2 hours. They were definitely, wanting to make sure we were helping them figure out how would we get bottled water to them, how would we return service. And then we did get the first repair fixed right away at the end of Saturday, and then pressure started to fill back up so that individuals downstream, everyone had water, but we needed to make sure that they were under a boil water advisory. The second pipe burst that we are working on currently. I was there, every few hours, and also the crew's been there overnight. And we are at a place now where they are in the hole fixing it, and we should see some good results soon. I'm hoping that the boil water advisory can be lifted within the hour or within the next few hours. That will give folks a level of comfort. But all day yesterday, everyone had water. They just needed to boil it. But we had, major events at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, 60,000 people there. We had individuals at the arena for a concert, 20,000 individuals there. We had 350,000 passengers at the world's busiest airport. All had pressure. Our hospital, Grady, Emory, all had enough pressure, and they still have enough pressure right now to continue to provide medical attention to the public. And we kept staying abreast of that and letting the public know every 2 hours.
Prior to that, though, as Priya had mentioned, especially in those first 24 hours, many residents who were without water and in that boil water area were not receiving information for long stretches of time. I think between that and just the fact that this happened in such a major city, and Atlanta's watershed management says the city could experience up to 30 water main breaks, I think might have a lot of people wondering, how could this happen in such a major city in America? What is being done to try to upgrade the infrastructure at a pace that means that this isn't going to happen to major parts of your city again?
Yeah, absolutely. We have to invest even more in our infrastructure. This is a result of crumbling infrastructure. Old pipes, there's pipes down there that's been since 1910, since 1930. The very pipes you're showing right now are the ones I'm talking about that are over 100 years old. And we have to upgrade and update these systems and these pipes. And that's what, our go forward plan is. Our immediate plan is to get out of the boil water advisory to make sure that we resolve this second major pipe burst. And that is where they are right now overnight. I was out there, they're out there right now fixing it. So you'll see us continue we have a short-term plan, which is where we are right now. And then the long-term plan is to invest in our infrastructure. As stated across America, we have old pipes, and this is affecting us with a number of water main breaks across the city, across the United States. There were some smaller breaks that also happened. I was out at one. It took about an hour to fix, about an hour and a half. So you'll see that throughout the city and throughout the region, small breaks or major breaks are happening. This one that occurred on Friday just so happened to be in the downtown area and literally affected our major convention center, our arenas, our stadiums, our hospitals, even City Hall. But where I'm at right now is in City Hall. We have water. We have the ability to hold city council meetings and to receive the public. And we're just waiting for this boil water advisory to go away.
All right. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens, thank you for your time this morning. We do appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And to the citizens of Atlanta, we're still working hard, and apologies for the beginning of the communications. But now we're right on target and talking to you every 2 hours. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Mayor, thank you again.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.